Hi Pierre.
Hi Loïc.
So I'm with Pierre Kosciusko Morizet, who is one of internet stars in France, right?
You may say that.
When did you start? So we are in his amazing offices, and you know, with the stairs, I'm going to try not to fall. So when did you start, Pierre?
We started the company in August 2000.
Right.
And opened the site priceminister.com in January 2001.
Okay. And how many people do you have now?
We are a bit more than 160. Not all here. We are here about 120. We just bought out two companies, one of about 20 employees and the other about 30 employees.
And so explain if I didn't know the principle of Price Minister.
Okay. Price Minister is a site where you can buy and sell at fixed price with basically somewhere in between e-commerce and classifieds. So listing a product is free, fixed price. The buyer pays Price Minister. The seller sends the product directly to the buyer, and once the buyer receives the product, we pay the seller. So
it's like eBay without the auction.
Yeah, plus more guarantees. So another difference. So it's fixed price, but another difference is that listing is free. So we have many more products. We have in France 52 million products for sale.
You have more products than eBay?
About 10 times more in France.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it's free.
Because it's free. And another difference is that we give very high warranties to buyers and sellers. So we guarantee the buyer that he will receive his product, and if he doesn't, or if the product doesn't work, we reimburse him.
So you take a risk, and so I guess you take a higher commission.
Average, it's about the same, but the structure is different because since there is no listing fee, we take a percentage that is relatively higher, but you pay only when you sell. Whereas on eBay, one product out of three is sold. So on each product sold, they have also listing fees for the two others that were not sold. So if you take the average take rate, it's about the same, but it's structured differently. And we have a guarantee for the buyer and guarantee for the seller as well. So we guarantee the seller that he will be paid, which is another difference. So in the end, we don't take more money, but we give more warranties. And what allows us to do that is that since the money goes through us, we can guarantee the buyer and we can guarantee the seller without too much costs.
Okay.
So that's a bit. It's also consumer to consumer, but the model is quite different actually.
Okay. You show me around.
Sure. So we're going in the marketing section.
Okay.
That's the marketing team. We have a bit over 10 persons working here.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Je serai sur le blog de Loïc Lemeur, qui nous filme. Salut. So that was marketing. Basically, what they do is make sure more and more people come on Price Minister. Buy.
You do a lot of advertising?
Yeah, we do advertising. We do. I'd say all the kind of advertising, so affiliation, keywords, etc. And we also have a stronger retention team where we and customer relationship management, where we make sure that our members buy more and more and sell more and more. And we spend a lot of time now understanding better our customers. We spent a lot of time in the first years getting more and more customers, and now we try to do both getting more and more customers and understanding better how they work. How they like the site, what they want to do on the site, etc.
Cool.
So the team has grown quite a lot. Now in the commercial team.
It's amazing offices. When did you move? Is that
about 1.5 years ago, actually.
In the middle of Paris. You know what was this place before?
Just before it was a publisher who was there for comics. But in the beginning it was a place where clothes for balloons were sewed. I don't know if I say
okay.
There. Which is
balloons?
Why you have.
What kind of balloons? The flying balloons.
Flying balloons, yeah.
Montgolfier. Okay, wow. I don't know in English here.
I think we say balloons. So that's why you have this big space there because it's used to sew a big cloth. That's why also you have all this light from the roof when the lights were not that efficient. you still had good light.
So you don't have a sauna in the middle like Spray had in Paris?
No, we don't. We're here to work. So it's very, as you can see, it's very, the atmosphere is
very quiet.
It's relaxed, but very quiet, because people are really here to work. But still, I guess it's a nice place to work, with the grass in the middle, all the trees. So we want people to be relaxed, but to work. So the sauna and the pool, the ping pong and the pool are for maybe for later.
Okay.
We launched a kind of a challenge with the employees to think about what we would put in the middle.
Okay.
And one of the idea was a pool. But we thought it would be a bit complicated.
No, it would be great to put a pool here.
Actually, most of the team agreed that. I guess the grass was easier to put in place.
So what's that? Let me guess. Is this finance?
No, in the commercial team.
Okay.
So they are here, and above as well. So they basically look for professional sellers to sell on the site. So they search for the professional sellers, and then they take care of them and try to improve their sales.
So how much are our sales? Is that public?
No.
So
we do a bit below 20,000 sales a day, and about 40% of them are from professionals.
But can you give me an idea of a revenue? Like an idea?
I can't.
Let me guess. So you have 160 employees? Okay, so you should...
I'll let you guess. We can walk up.
Let's go. You're very good at changing subjects.
Yeah. We're now in the cars part. C'est Lorenzo. Which will soon move because we got a.
It goes higher and higher.
It's
amazing.
They're just in front of my office, actually. That's quite funny.
Okay.
So that's. And
I follow you. Yeah.
So we just bought in February a company, well actually several companies in the cars industry, in the classified cars on the internet, 321auto.com and autoevasion.com, and they'll be here because we'll take. I hope your readers won't be seasick when they see that the camera is moving around like that.
No worries.
So we'll take back the offices that are behind here. You have 150 square meters where the car team will be.
Okay.
Here in the paramétrage team. I don't know how to say paramétrage
Setup?
in English.
Bonjour.
Setup team. Bonjour.
Okay.
And
So what are they doing? What's the...
Basically, the whole floor here is the technical team, where we have for pricing minister about 60 people, and we have, if we add the cars, so 321 Auto and Auto Evasion, that's 10 more, and then about 10 more as well for Avandra Loué, the real estate site that we bought.
So can you give me an idea of like the products being sold, the percentage?
Sure.
Of like what are the big sellers? Is that books or?
Actually, in number of items, it's books.
You could put real grass here.
Yeah, we could try, but it's not really. The rain is not supposed to fall in normally.
So books?
Books
is that the number one?
Books in numbers of items sold in euros, it would be actually cars and probably video games, I'd say. But
so cars, video games,
and then I would say probably DVDs still. Well, real estate is very big, but it's difficult to compare real estate and books. But then you would have probably clothes are picking up very, very quickly. You would have, I'd say, computers and probably mobile phones. So that's actually we have now like 15 categories, and we're quite diversified, which is a good thing, right? Because at the beginning we were big on CDs, and we're still quite big on CDs. But we know that with the MP3, CDs will not be so big in 5 years. So it was important for us to have a lot of different categories.
Oh, and so do you have people making a living out of Price Minister?
Yeah, we actually in France we think we evaluate there are about 10,000 people living from their sales.
Really?
Which is quite a lot actually.
So what do they do? Because these are not people who read books, right?
No, they're
and
not
sell
free,
their
they
own.
sell.
They don't. I mean, they don't sell their own stuff only, right?
Well, of course. Well, I mean, plenty of them. Well, we have 5.8 million members, and most of them are just buying and selling for reading for reading books and then selling back the books.
Yeah.
And then we have, of course, the ones living from their sales are buying books to resell them after that. And out of the 10,000, it's about half who have started their own business and who have hired people to do, well, sometimes they haven't hired people yet, like they're alone, but sometimes they have hired people to help them do the job. And half of the 10,000, so 500,000, are actually jobs created in existing companies.
Oh, really?
Companies that were pre-existing, that
like a business
who hired people to sell on Price Minister.
And they were selling what, for example?
Frankly, about any products on the site, like mobile phones, for example. We have a lot of small mobile phones retailers who have hired one person to sell on the internet. A lot in the video games, books as well, so it's quite, and a lot in the clothes sector as well. So people who actually buy clothes and sew their own clothes and sell them on the site. So it's really quite diversified. And on most products we go from very big companies to very small companies. Like in the books we have publishers, editors, and we also have very big wholesalers, but also have very small shops.
And so how about like Web 1.0 and 2.0? What do you think? 2.0 is a bubble? Is bullshit?
Actually, I like to say that.
Is it an insult if I tell you you're 1.0?
No, you can tell whatever you want. I actually think we are. I think there are two things in 2.0. There's one thing that is real, that is the internet made by the users. So basically, we give them tools, and then they create the content with the tools we give them. And in that sense, we're actually very 2.0, because what Price Minister is doing is giving tools for buyers and sellers to list their items, buy the items, give feedback, and make a living, or just have a better buying power. Yeah. So it's really, I think we're really 2.0, but the other part of 2.0 is being created in less than 1 year ago and using a lot of nice new technologies. And on that, of course, we were born much before that. So we use some of the 2.0 technologies, but we're not trying to be the more 2.0 possible.
So what's coming next? Can you is there more to see?
Yeah, actually, we can go at the other floor. So that was the technical floor.
Okay.
And
so you have all the technical stuff internally? Yeah.
We think it's very important because we want to be very, very reactive to the questions or the suggestions or members.
So you don't subcontract customer service like
no.
in Mauritius or?
No. It's all here. Actually, we're gonna meet them now. All this floor is customer service.
Do you have a lot by phone or is it all?
All by email.
Okay. So we can't call you.
No, careful here.
Yeah, thank you.
You can, and if there is a problem, sometimes we call the persons, or we give them our number. But most of the time, what we realize is that it's much more efficient by email. Plus, emails have the good thing with emails that it allows the customers to have a written example of what we wrote, what we told them. So they can. It's actually much better, I think, for customers to have an email that says, "That's what we tell you. That's your problem. That's our answer." So we don't have so many customers asking for phone contact. When they really do, we call them, but usually email works well. And the team is here. Now they went for lunch, but we have about 35 person working in the customer service department, answering the question from the buyers and the sellers. We have several thousand questions a day.
This is a big room there.
Yeah. Oh, that's the kind of a meeting room here.
I love your ad.
Devenez radin. You have to explain that in English, right?
Okay, go ahead.
I don't really say radin. Skunji or...
No. It's amazing.
Like Picsou. I think
it's going to come back.
Yeah. It's basically...
greedy. No.
Greedy. Not really
greedy, actually.
No.
Anyway.
So that's kind of a
the viewers will make fun at us and tell us. Don't worry.
That used to be my office actually.
Picnic table?
Yeah, no, it's picnic table because it was too complicated to put up there. But I love that table, very old wood.
How about international?
We opened Spain in November.
Yeah.
Actually, the Spanish team is here as well, but it's melted in all the other teams. So some of them are in marketing.
Oh, so you don't have a physical presence in Spain?
No, we all
you
here.
do Spain from here?
Yeah. Well, sometimes we go there, of course. Every month, a few days a month we go there. But most of the time we're here. And even if actually I think there were Spanish flags somewhere. Maybe they changed, but we have a part of the commercial, customer representative teams, who is Spanish, of course, and technical as well, etc., etc.
And so will you launch more countries?
Yeah, we'll launch either UK or Italy by early 2008. We're looking at what country we'll launch next right now, actually.
Okay, so and the site is not in English yet?
No, only Spanish. Sorry for the English viewers.
So what's coming next? It's coming, so more countries? What else? What are your
countries
plans? Now that you do your 100 million euros in revenues?
I didn't say that. so we launched cars. Now we are one of the bigger players in cars.
In margin even, not in revenue.
We are now one of the bigger players in cars in France now.
Oh, are you? Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have every month more than 1.5 million unique visitors just in the car section on our car sites, which is a lot actually for France. And we just bought out a few days ago.
So, sorry, just on that, so where are we going? Which way?
You'll see.
Okay.
It's here.
So are we,
It's
so
open.
we have, wow.
It's open.
Okay.
So that will be where we'll have our real estate team.
Okay. It still looks like a startup even a few years.
Yeah, well, we just had many walls that we put down actually.
That's cool.
So that will be the real estate team. Pretty nice offices actually, with a very nice roof, very nice ceiling. But as you see, there is some work going on.
So about the cars, you're like bigger than the traditional players, like Centrale de l'Auto, how are they called?
Actually, we're bigger than La Centrale in terms of visitors.
Centrale des particuliers.
Centrale des particuliers. Yeah. We're about twice the size. They are at like 800 or 900,000 uniques a month, and we are 1.5 or 1.6. But they just fusionné. Merged. Yes. They just merged with another site at Caradisiac, and now these two sites combined are bigger than our sites, but not by so far. So we aim at being the first one in cars as well. And then we bought out just a few days ago a group called Avandra, which is one of the leaders in the real estate sector.
Real estate is a very crowded place, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have Sologer.com, you have in France, it's big, huh? No?
Yeah, you have, actually it's very good sector, very good business. And the places are to be taken now, I guess, because the paper is really moving to the internet, for cars and for real estate. So it's really a good time to take possessions. That's why we bought out this company. And with the traffic we have, actually all the Price Minister sites are now a bit over 6 million uniques a month, which is more than 5 times what the bigger real estate sites has in France. So
are you number one in e-commerce in France?
No, we are.
Who's number one?
Number one in unique users would be eBay, and then you would have basically the first five are eBay, Price Minister. Well, not in the ranking. It would be eBay. I think that it would be probably Redoute, Fnac, Price Minister, Cdiscount, and sometimes Amazon. Not always. So that's about the 6 first. And we are sometimes 3, sometimes 4. Depends of the months. Sometimes 5. Aim being to be first, of course, but we still have work to do to be first in France. And with these acquisitions, we actually would be probably second, I think, if you consolidate.
And so did you raise any money?
Not recently. We raised money in three small rounds from business angels.
Okay.
In 2000, 2001.
Yeah, I regret not having been part of that.
Sorry.
No, it was the same with Marc Simoncini of Mythic. You know,
Yeah,
I invested in Taylors and I didn't do the success.
Well, you did some successes. and so in first 3 rounds were from business angels, and in early 2005 we had 2 funds coming in, 3i and Quilvest, and plus when we bought out 321 Auto and Auto Evasion and Mixad 3 months ago, we had it was by exchange of shares, and also we had one new fund coming in with Atlas Venture.
So you plan to
bon appétit.
What do you plan to do now as an entrepreneur? Is go and sell or go public?
We're actually planning to go public early 2008.
Oh, that's
so
public
in
then.
About a year, actually less than a year.
So you're already preparing it?
We'll really prepare, say, in August and September, but we've seen some banks already. Yeah, just to make sure we had the good structure. And basically, the answer was yes. We have a good structure for that.
And with the I'm trying to manage the stare.
Yeah,
and with this is the difference with TV that I don't cut. If I fall, it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, I was thinking if you you could have fallen just back. I would have tried to help you, but it's a bit dangerous here.
So why would you go public? Basically, to enrich the stockholders or to grow the company, or both?
Frankly, it's both. Actually, one of the good things with going public is that the ones who want to stay can stay, which is the case for, of course, the management. So I would definitely personally want to stay, but then I know that there are some shareholders who would be happy at some point to sell some shares. And that's what's interesting with the IPO. The ones who want to sell can sell. The ones who want to stay can stay. If we sell the company, everybody's selling, so you can stay, but you're not a shareholder anymore, and I think it can be less interesting.
And so why didn't you go public earlier? Because in France the markets have been pretty good, right?
They have.
For the last 2 years.
Yeah. Actually, we thought about going public early 2005, and then we decided that we'd better raise money, private money, to kind of go to another stage, and then go public. And that's why early 2005 we raised this 7 million euros from 3i and Quilvest. And basically our aim was to say, okay, we're early 2005, we have 3 years to go to another level with that money that we had raised, and then go public. And that's basically what we're doing. So because early 2005 plus 3 years is early 2008, that's when we're going to go public. So we're basically in the plan, and I think we really changed of level. So I think that was a good thing, because we added cars, we added real estate, we added Spain and soon another country, and we really grew from a nice French internet company to, I think, one of the leaders in internet in France
or in Europe even. In Europe. Do you know how much you rank in Europe?
Actually, we're the first independent player in Europe. But I don't usually say that, because since we're really French and a bit Spain, it doesn't make much sense to say we're the first independent player in Europe when we're only in France. But we actually are, because in UK and Germany, the internet space is much more concentrated than in France, and so you don't have big independent players. So that's quite strange, but we're the first European one.
Cool. And so as an entrepreneur now, we have many young entrepreneurs looking at this. So what are your advice? What are the difficult steps you went through? Do you have any kind of interesting stories to tell? We all have usually. What was difficult for you? What was cool? What was...
I liked one story at the beginning. Basically, we started the company August 2000, so it was right after the bubble crash. So nobody was starting companies in the internet at that time, and almost nobody. And so we went to CVCs, venture capitalists, and I kept some emails, very funky emails. I won't I won't blackmail them, but I could, with VCs asking me.
You should blog them.
Yeah, I could. With VCs asking me what I should do, I would do with the competition of the fax, because they were basically saying that email was not that good and internet was not that good, and that the fax machines were working very well. And so we had kind of funny things like that, but on overall, I mean, every week or every month has its share of hard times and hard things, but I don't really remember one specifically hard thing. Maybe the hardest was our second round, actually. That was hard, because we had raised little money on the first round, and from business angels, we thought the VCs would finance the second round, but they had completely lost faith in the internet. So we had to find money from the business angels at the second round, which was not what we had planned, and we were really close to bankrupt in mid 2001.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, because basically our business angels told us, well, you told us you would only need one and then VCs, and so why do you come back to us? But they were really I can't find the word in English.
Say it in French.
And I forgot it in French as well.
Reluctant?
No.
To you,
I meant actually courageux would be one of the courageous. That was an easy one. Yeah, really courageous to invest in an internet company after the bubble crash in 2000, plus reinvest in 2001. And yeah, my other word was fidèle. Is it faithful? Loyal. Really loyal. I think we've been very lucky with our investors, because many investors would have said, "Oh, internet is dead, and I don't invest in the second round." Because in mid 2001 we were still very small, still losing money, so it was still risky to invest in the company. So that's. So to the investors who watch the video, thank you very much.
How do you see, last question and then I let you go, Pierre, thank you for your time. How do you see France like now compared to Europe, compared to what's happening, I mean in the internet area, right? How do you see it? Do you think it's good? Do you think we're still slow and too late?
I think it's
because you've just proven you've done a great success here, so.
Yeah, and I'm not the only one. I think France has a very good number of very big number of good entrepreneurs in the internet, who are good and who know very well the internet and who are really ambitious. So that's a very good thing. What I think there are two sad things about that. One thing is that it's very true in the internet, but not very true in many other sectors. I think that's one of the problems for France. The second thing is, I think French entrepreneurs still lack some ambition. Some of them are very ambitious, especially the ones who have already done a company, started companies that went well, so they think global. I think that when you start a company in France, most of the time you don't think global. Actually, that's one of the
French, right?
Yeah, you think French. And actually, Prime Minister was actually thought global, so we did many things in English, etc. But then I think we could have gone earlier international, and then we actually focused on being very big in France, which is a strategy. And
it's a good choice. I mean,
actually, we're happy about it. But yeah. I think that if we had been, say, American, maybe we would have gone earlier abroad. I think the problem in France is actually the size of the local market. French local market should not be France, it should be Europe. And I think the problem is when you start a company in France, you think of your local market being 60 million of French people, and that's too small to compete efficiently with China, US, Japan, etc.
But look at Free. I mean, Xavier Niel made a billions, I mean, valuation company
in some businesses, you are very local. Like Prime Minister, we are a very local business. What we'll do now is try to have local business in Spain, local business in the UK, etc. But we're still very local anyway. But then in new internet business, the most recent ones, most of them it's not local, like in 2.0 businesses. And a few French entrepreneurs have done that very well with Tariq, with NetVibes, for example. But I think that's really the new level of French entrepreneurs. I think that we don't have so many entrepreneurs that think that globally in France.
What would you do if you were starting a new company now? Or what will you be looking
I would
at?
personally probably be living in China, because I love Asia, and I think that it's very I think it's very interesting to be in the place that is the most booming at some time. So at one given time. So I would probably go there. I'm not sure I would start something in the internet. I am sure there are plenty of things to do in China in the retail sector, for example. That's if I were starting from scratch. Of course, since I know internet quite well, I would probably start an internet business. And I might start it in China as well. From there, and to have a good team there, not too expensive, and also to understand well the Chinese local mentality. There are not so many French who go there, from what I know, but I think I would definitely do that.
Thank you, Pierre. Congratulations.
Thank you.